Hi everyone! Welcome to the new chapter of Barcelona Property Talk. Today we made a small trip outside from Barcelona and we landed into these amazing landscapes of a small town next to Martorell. We are in a vineyard, Castell. I was really lucky to made a project with this amazing brand, and the challenge of the renovation was to combine the Scandinavian design style, which is favorite for the client, and at the same time maintain the originality and the sensation of this beautiful old farmhouse. Let's go! So I'm sitting here with Olivia, the director of the vineyard. Thank you so much for having us here again.
Hello Nela, and thank you so much. Welcome home.
Thank you. I love always to be here. It's like a therapy. Look this scene. So I would like that if you can introduce a little bit the brand and this amazing place where we are, and give a little brief about the history. What is happening here in Castell?
Yeah. So we are in Castell. It's a 18th century farmhouse, as you can see. We are located in the Penedès. We're in a very small village called La Beguda Baixa.
Okay.
That is, it's like really tiny.
I don't even try to say that word.
That it's near Sant Llorenç d'Hortons, which is not easy either.
Yeah.
Where we are just 40 kilometers from Barcelona. Okay, so we are inside the wine region called Penedès. And here we make organic, biodynamic and natural wines and cavas. And I'm the third generation.
A third generation of women.
Yes.
No?
Yes, we have a very cool history in Castell.
Yeah.
So it all was started by my grandmother, Aurelia. In the 1960s, she had this vision that she wanted to have vineyards, and she just started buying land and planting, but she sold the grapes. She didn't make wines. I mean, you have to think that Spain in the 1960s, it wasn't the time and the place for a woman to thrive.
Yeah.
So she kept it a little bit low, no? And she had the land and sold the grapes, but that was it.
Okay.
And then it was my mother, Anne-Marie, that started making wine. So she renovated this house where we are here. It took her like 2 years to renovate it, to make the cellars, because here where we are sitting, actually here, 15 meters below the ground, it's where we have the cava, where we make the cellar.
Yeah.
So she took like 2 years to dig in all this and renovate the house to adjust it to a cellar. And then she also introduced organic farming. So she was the pioneer in the Penedès, making organic wines in the beginning of the 90s. And now for almost a decade, I've been working in Castell. Yeah, and introduced biodynamic farming and natural ways of doing wines.
Yeah, I remember when we started the project, I was really inspired of this concept that there's a 3 generations of women. So that was something personally for me really inspiring, and I think we reflected that in the project in some details as well. So I was really enjoying of making this project.
I mean, it is definitely, for me, having these women that I can follow their footsteps is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I work hand to hand with Olga, who is our winemaker, also a woman.
Yeah.
And in the administration, also a lot of women. So
yeah,
it's fun. It's definitely fun.
Yeah. Should we have a cheer for that?
Yes.
Thank you, Olivia.
Salud, Nela.
Salud. So talking about the renovation, I think we could go and talk about the project profile. I was mentioning in the previous episodes, I was mentioning a little bit what is the project profile. So in here I would actually ask the question from you. What was the reason why I'm here, why I came here, and what was the issues what you needed me to solve?
So, well, it's not easy. I've been wanting to do a renovation for a long time, but I knew it was a challenge because we are in an 18th century Catalan farmhouse.
Totally.
So
the old originality was the first thing kind of to solve it.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I love Scandinavian style, of course.
Exactly. Combined with that, yes.
So it wasn't easy to say, okay, I want someone to help me out to design a Scandinavian design, but adjusted to a farmhouse.
Yeah.
So I knew I would have to do it with someone that we connect and that would understand what I needed.
Yeah.
And so
And I think based on that concept, what you mentioned, I started to create a mood board, which was just like a visual images and references for both of us to brainstorm a little bit, like, okay, are we on the same page? You know, because in many cases, client might have totally different idea when it comes to romantic design or Scandinavian design. You need to put it to pictures.
Yeah.
So we created this mood board.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the whole project, we had, which was the parts that you needed me to focus more into? Because in total we are talking about this farmhouse has 300 square meters without counting what is
and
down.
then the cellar and
So what was the areas and spaces that I needed to
So
dive into?
where we are right now, which is a tasting room / meeting room.
Yes.
That includes a little kitchen for the tastings, toilets, and downstairs the office. I wanted to do the whole office.
Yeah.
And downstairs we also have the original kitchen.
Yeah.
So we wanted just to give it a little
Touches, And I think what was important for us when you mentioned that, of course, as you see these amazing surroundings, that part of the concept was to maintain and restore as much as possible.
Yeah.
So we can see it further on when we go and see through the results. That was really that we did in the kitchen. What you said, that to small little touches, not investing too much money. Playing around with the old elements, we found the new touch and new surrounding from there.
I guess the most difficult part was this room.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to combine this Scandinavian and keep it with the old, how do you say?
The ceiling beams.
The ceiling beams.
Yeah.
And still add these tables with a lot of wood because we make organic wine, so we wanted to have natural elements.
Yeah.
So
the list was quite long. I need to say that there was a lot of little things too. You need to have it, this one. So, but it was I gotta say it was an amazing project to work with. And should we go and see you around? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's go. The kitchen space, we did 3-4 small things, no?
Yeah.
So first the kitchen table. So what did we do in there?
we already had the IKEA table because this is a space where all of us eat every day, so it needed to be functional but still cute, cozy, because Castellage is a place where everyone comes in and you never know in which door. So everything has to be presentable and
but at the same time, not too formal, but like familiar.
Exactly.
Like familiar.
Exactly.
Yeah. So with the table, as you mentioned, it's just old IKEA table.
Yeah.
And we restored and reused the table, but we gave a little new touch with the tile. And we reused the tile as well.
Yeah.
So it's an extra material from upstairs kitchen and bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
So next to the kitchen, we come to the office space.
Yeah.
So you have 3-4 people here working each day, and it needs to be functional office space.
Definitely.
Correct?
Definitely.
And in here, what was important for you to have?
It was important to have a big island of tables, so that we would work
together.
closer.
Unite.
As a team.
Yeah.
Because before we had, I mean, we were all in the same room, but everyone had its own table, and I think we were completely misusing the space. So I think it was a great idea to make like a big table and work hand in hand.
Yeah. And as well, of course, we are talking about office. So first thing what occurs to my mind is storage space.
Yes.
So that was another thing that we needed to list.
I wanted to have a lot of space to put all the files and...
Correct. But at the same time, we really needed to think that, as you mentioned, you never know from which door client comes in. It needs to be a little bit formal, that it's presentable as it's your brand. This is everything here needs to create the same kind of a feelings. And now we are here in the upstairs floor, and this is the conference room, what we did.
Yes.
In here, let's start to talk about this library that we created, So in here, this is the story of the vineyard, yes?
Yes.
And first, we had this idea about the burgundy color, that is the brand, and we wanted to give us an identity color for the brand. And we were thinking that let's have a frame and one detail in each frame with that color. At the end, we didn't.
No.
We weren't convinced.
No, not at all.
We didn't convinced. So at the end, we created a bit more harmony with everything black and white, but still a little playfulness with the different frames. Yeah. So again, a little touch of the golden frames.
Yes.
With black.
And we putting them a little bit like not in the same line and vertical and horizontal, give it a bit more, again, the
playfulness
and home feeling, no?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at home you don't have all the frames just perfectly placed.
In this order, yeah.
So and this gives a little bit the sense that we are in a house.
Exactly, yeah. Then the second thing, well, there was a lot of things in this space.
Yes.
Let's talk about the ceiling. So we maintained the ceiling bars.
Yeah.
We didn't touch them. It's on. We gave a little treatment, but what was really important here is the light. Yes. We have just a small window there. So what we do, and at the same time we had a really low ceiling height, so we couldn't put any hanging lights either. So what do you think about the solution?
It was a very, very good solution. I mean, you have a nice light. It's well illuminated, and still we can see.
Yeah.
The original ceiling.
Exactly, yes. So this was the main issue with the lighting, and we resolved it with cables and spotlights.
Yeah. Then
talking about the materials and the originality, the materials were really, really important to consider well.
Yeah.
So we made these tables. We didn't want to buy anything already made, really modern. It doesn't fit here.
No, definitely not.
So we did these two big conference tables.
Yes.
Yeah, and with iron legs. Then in here as well, we repeated the same detail as in downstairs in the office to literally give the brand the presencia, what it needs to have. The bottles are the most important thing.
Yes.
So we made a carpentry shelves with the same iron legs. So now we are here in the kitchen / tasting room.
Yeah.
So we did 3 meters small kitchen space.
Yeah.
But it needed to function sink. You needed to have for the wine and for the tasting small
fridge.
Small fridge, and then of course some storage space.
Yes. Yes.
And then in here for the functionality, what you mentioned for me, that it would be nice for when you prepare the tasting, that of course the glasses needs to be present in the space.
Yes.
And I think the one really nice detail that we did here with you and your mother, she restores old furniture. So we did this amazing old cabinet, which is really nice for the wine glasses and all the storage. So we restored this amazing piece of furniture, and it's the main furniture here in the kitchen. Yeah.
I must say that this is the space where it was less work, because you had it like so clear. You had this vision. I was like, yeah,
like Could be.
This is how it should be, of course.
Yeah.
But because for me, I mean, I'm not a designer, so it was very hard to picture it. So it was really when you just like, yeah, let's do this, this, and this, and this, and like boom, like really, I really liked how. I mean, the result is fantastic. What I only liked was the tails. That I knew.
Yeah, that is like
the white tails, I like them. But the rest, it was easy.
So at the end, we have the bathroom, yes?
Yes.
And I would say bathroom, but at the same time, it's a shower. It
Yes.
was the one little detail that you said, give me a shower, I want to have a shower.
Because sometimes in summer it can be very hot, so I
Yeah.
was like, well, since we are at it, you know, if we can just put a
Put it
little.
in. Yeah. I gotta say that was a little bit of a struggle for me, because of course the distribution-wise, the shower needs to have certain things, and there's a lot of water, and I needed to give a few twists in my head, but at the end, I think if it's practical and you like it, that's the most important thing. Yeah.
And remember how we reused the
Exactly.
doors and
Here as well, all the elements are reused. Like I think this was at the beginning. These were blue doors.
They were blue.
Yeah.
like
So-
Smurf.
Smurf
blue. Like
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So Olivia, we had a nice little overview for our project, yeah? And we went through all the spaces, and I think we saw quite well that this was something totally different that I have been working before as doing apartments and office spaces. This farmhouse is beyond something different and more special. So thank you so much that you had a trust on my work and I was able to do this project for you guys. I love the brand, your concept and spirit of this company is really something inspiring. So thank you for the opportunity. It was amazing experience.
I thank you, Nela. I can tell you, everyone that walks inside Castidage, they just love what they see. So if it's supplier to the mail guy to all the customers, they really enjoy it, and they can see that it's old but new, and it's just fantastic. So thank you so much.
We did good cooperation. Yeah?
Yes, we did.
No,
thank you, Nela.
Thank you so much, Olivia. And see you guys later on for new chapters of Barcelona Property Talk. See ya!
Constantly subject to change.